Hi. How's everyone doing? Welcome to my channel. My name is Bodega Profeta, and I'm here to talk about Pisces season. So, we just entered Pisces season. It starts on February 18th all the way to March 20th. Some people say it's the 19th of February. Regardless, the transition into Pisces season starts in this time frame. So I want to talk about this sine wave diagram of long-term history. So basically, it's a graph depicting different eras and stages on Earth for us humans, aka spiritual beings. So the diagram starts at 10,000 BC with Leo season, 8,000 BC Cancer, 6,000 BC Gemini, 4,000 BC Taurus, 2,000 BC Aries, 4 BC Pisces, 2000 AD Aquarius, Capricorn, 4000 AD, and 6000 AD is the start of Sagittarius, 8000 AD is the start of Scorpio, 10,000 AD is the start of Libra, and 12,000 AD is the start of Virgo. So, what is this diagram? I found it on this website, and I found it very interesting because it's kind of like tying in some Bible stuff with astrology, and that's something that I've been deeply into astrology for a very long time, and I just refound my faith in belief in God. So you could take this however you want. I mean, obviously, if you're here, you're a spiritual person. You could take it as it is. So, like we'll see in the chart, it says 6,000 BC, like Adam and Eve. Boom. And then 4,000 BC, Noah. So all of these things are tying into zodiac signs and astrology. Now we're in the time of Pisces. So Pisces started at 4 BC, and we're coming to the end of Pisces season, and we don't know really when we're gonna go into like Aquarius season. It's supposed to be sometime maybe within the next couple of 100 years or so, or maybe we're in it right now. I definitely feel like there is this mass spiritual awakening happening, and we're leaving the kingdom of the world of the physical realm. We're leaving all of these beliefs and ideologies of like the physical, like I need this, I need that, I need to buy the biggest house on the block, and I need to have the nicest car. Like, okay, yeah, those things are nice, but is that my priority right now? No, my priority is healing my past trauma and just trying to be a better human being. And I think that goes for a lot of us. So where was I getting to? So the time of Pisces starts at year 4 BC, indicating that this was a season where Christ was born, Jesus Christ. Most of us know that Christ was born to a virgin mother, making him a child of the Holy Spirit. His element was divine. Through Mary, he was able to become flesh and blood. So I guess humans are going through these really rough times, and God is like, you know what? I had enough. Like, I'm going to send my son out. And he obviously chooses a man because no one's going to listen to a woman back in the day. And they barely listen to us right now. So it's like, obviously he made the decision. And I don't even want to say he. Like, I tell my friends all the time, I don't think God has a sex, because it is a spiritual element. It is a spiritual divine thing. It is maybe he and she. It is, like, let's just say God is God. But in the text, they refer to him as the Father, he, this, that, and the third. But we all know the Bible was rewritten a million times. And so I don't want to get it too complex. But let's just say God is non-binary. Okay. All right. So he brings Jesus to us as like basically to show us like, there is something greater than us in this world. Like there is a way out of this misery that humans tend to fall into. Like Jesus, he brought us Jesus to restore our faith in him. And he used Mary as a vessel. And that's the test of faith right there. Mary, like, had a whole man, and he didn't impregnate her, but he believed her when she said, like, God got me pregnant. And the husband believed her, and he didn't, like, throw her out in the streets or whatever like that. Like, he had faith. He was a man of faith. God knew what he was doing, placing Jesus into this family, because he knew they would do anything to protect this child at all costs. So I got this idea out of the blue to start this video. I was watching mythological creatures, like stories on Netflix, and I don't even know. I have a friend whose birthday is today, actually, and she's a Pisces, and things just started brewing in my head, and this idea came to me, and I immediately thank God for it, this idea, and the brainstorming that followed. So I basically wrote like a little essay to kind of help me formulate this video. And when I write, I always, most of the time, listen to classical music to kind of just set me in the mood, inspire me. And as I started working on this project, my music glitched. And I see these moments as signs from my spirit guides and God. When I have these moments, I search the meaning of the angel numbers I see, or I search the Bible verses. The Bible verses can be interpreted in your own beliefs. Like I said before, take it how you want, okay? I know a lot of people don't believe in God, but tell yourself this. Do you believe in love? Can you see love? No, we cannot see love, but we feel it. Same thing with faith. You can't see it, but you have to feel it. Feel the faith. Feel the love. Without love, there is no faith. With love comes faith. Like, it goes hand in hand. Love is magic. So we have to, like, that's kind of like, so the Pisces season, like leaving the physical and going into spirituality and understanding better, like, what we come from. So anyways, when this music glitched, I immediately went to my phone. On my phone, I have 3 time zones saved on my clock. I have Eastern time, Hawaiian Aleutian time, and Zulu time, aka military time. Eastern time, because I live in New York. Hawaiian time, because I have a friend who lives in Hawaii. And Zulu time, I don't really want to get into that, but supposedly that's like the real time. Like the real time. And I've always had it on my phone. So when the music stopped in that brief moment, I took a screenshot of the time, just so I can go back and forth and look at Bible verses that had to do with the time. Boom. 11:41 p.m. in New York. And I take this verse from the book of John, chapter 11, line 41. So they took away the stone. Then Jesus looked up and said, Father, I thank you for that you have heard me. So Jesus found out that Lazarus, Martha, and Mary's brother, was dead. Everyone was like pissed off at him because they were like, if you would have been here, he wouldn't have died. Jesus is like, take me to the body. They take him to the cave where the body's at. But there's this big stone covering the entrance. So that's when he asked them to move the stone. And that's when he replies to God, like thanking him for when they moved the stone. Then Jesus yells out, Lazarus, come out. And Lazarus comes out. He brought the man back to life. boom. Like, we're talking Pisces season has to do with the birth of Christ. That expert comes from a part of the Bible speaking about Jesus. Now, 4:41 a.m. Accra, which is the Zulu time. Out of the book of Mark, chapter 4, line 41. They were terrified and asked each other, "Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him." So at this point of the Bible, Jesus has been out to sea with his disciples, and he's asleep while they're on this boat. So as he's sleeping, the waves pick up, and these waves just start like crashing into the boat. His disciples start like freaking out, and they get so scared, they wake him up. They're like, "Yo, get up, like, we're gonna drown." He gets up and he rebukes the wind, telling it to be quiet and still. And as he does this, the wind calms down and the waves chill. And then Jesus looks at his disciples, and he's like, "Why are you so afraid? Do you have no faith?" Another thing talking about Jesus. If that's not a sign, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Let me chill. All right, this is the most interesting one to me. So it's 6:41 p.m. Hawaii time. And this is out of the book of Mark, chapter 6, line 41. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to the heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to his disciples to distribute to the people. He also divided the 2 fish among them all. At this point, Jesus had a big following because he was saving people from really terrible illnesses, driving demons out of people's bodies, and obviously bringing the dead back to life. Jesus and his disciples had set up a camp in a really large open area, and 5,000 people joined them. And the disciples were stressed out because they know all these people are hungry. And back in the day, like, people were hungry. Like, we don't understand how these people lived back in the day. Like, there was not the access supply that we have now. So these people are hungry. The disciples, like, stressing out, like, how are we gonna feed them? Tell them to go away. And he's like telling Jesus, "Please tell them to go away, to go get food somewhere else." And Jesus is like, chill. So while Jesus starts breaking the bread, he looks up to the heaven and giving thanks. He was able to multiply the 5 loaves of bread and the 2 fishes to feed the entire camp, turning those little few items he had into buckets and buckets and buckets of food. And he was able to feed all the 5,000 people that joined them. So all these verses had to do with Jesus. And the last one specifically, speaking of the 2 fishes, is ironic because Pisces, in the astronomical sense, like in the sky, which is a physical thing we can see, the constellation, is the 2 fishes tied together by a string. So that is, to me, like, the spirits are like telling us again, trying to just put it in there, like, have faith. And you can, and not just faith, but like, have faith in yourself that anything you want to achieve in your life, you're able to do. Seriously, like, you can come from nothing, be homeless, be broke, be all odds against you. And if you have belief and if you have faith, you can come out of that. That's basically what our spirit guides are trying to tell us. Like, when that time glitch and they're like, "Oh, Jay, look at the time." Boom. I'm like, okay, bet, I got you. So in Greek mythology, I also want to speak about it in terms of Greek mythology. The zodiac signs are in every major religion, belief system in ancient times. The Babylonians, the Egyptians, the Assyrians, all of these people, all of these civilizations regarded these things, and they didn't take it lightly. Like, they taught these things. It's just throughout time and history, like, things have been erased. So let's get into Greek mythology. Pisces represents 2 fishes, Aphrodite, which is the goddess of beauty, and Eros, which is the god of love. Apparently they were walking along the Euphrates River when Typhoon, a giant Greek monster, appeared to them. Apparently, he was pissed off about being outcasted, so he chose them as his victims. Some say two fishes approached Aphrodite and Eros from the river, and they got on the fishes' backs and swam away to safety. Some others say that they themselves turned into the fishes and were able to escape the monster, and that the victory was honored by placing the Pisces constellation in the sky. If we can take all this information and dwindle it down to correlate with our current lives, we can begin to heal our past trauma and move forward with this knowledge. There's a great similarity across all religions and astrology. Our ancient ancestors worshipped the planets and the constellations. The Bible has so many facts accounted for on Earth, like the Great Flood. All of those things did happen on Earth. I'm not saying that everything is 100% fact due to the thousands of years of misinterpretation for selfish reasons. The Bible has been rewritten a million times, by man, trying to control us. So, like I said, take what you want from it and how it resonates with you. But recently I've seen that people are like literally obsessing over astrology. Like I can't go on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube without seeing like tarot readers and people talking about spirituality. And I am seeing people tying spirituality with God and our spirit guides. So that's something that makes me really happy, because I'm not alone in the sense of like we can mix astrology with our religion. In our spirituality. And like I don't even like to call it religion, because like religion is just like putting a title on something, but I just more like spirituality and the believing in the divine power. So every astrological sign has many positive and negative traits. We can learn from every single sign how to deal with certain struggles in our lives. So that's why I say like every season we can take the season that we're in astrologically and learn things from these people, that go through the same struggles as us. Everyone is brothers and sisters at the end of the day, so we all can learn from each other. I personally have a lot of Pisces in my life. I'm a Virgo, which is the polar opposite of Pisces. If you know a Virgo, if you are a Virgo, 9 times out of 10, you know a Pisces. And if you know that Pisces is somebody close to you or like that has important meaning to you. My younger brother is a Pisces, and I have 2 exes who are Pisces, and I've developed really close friendships with a couple of other Pisces who actually share the same birthday. Pisces is ruled by the planet Neptune, planet of dreams, spirituality, and illusion. Boom. So what can we take from that? The planet Neptune is ruled by dreams, spirituality, and illusion. Dreams are one of the most prophetic things we have, because you don't even have to be divinely aligned to have a prophetic dream. It's just going to come to you because your spirit guides love you so much that they want to save you. They want to save you from hurting. They don't want to see you hurt. They want to help you. So boom, in your dreams, and this has happened to me. I was dating someone, and I had the gut feeling. I had the gut feeling already that maybe I shouldn't trust this person. But my heart is bigger than my gut. I'm going to just say how it is. And I was so excited. I just took off. And then I started having these dreams, especially when this person was around me. Like I would have these dreams, not good dreams, basically adverting me like, yo, don't put yourself completely into this, because this person might hurt you or this person might abandon you. And I disregarded these dreams because I was so in love. And I just disregarded the power that I have. Like I always known I've had prophetic dreams. I've dreamt things that come to life. Like it just happens. So I just completely ignored it. And it turns out that this person did end up actually abandoning me, and my spirit guides literally were trying to save me from that heartbreak, and I just completely ignored it. So that's something in this season of Pisces season. I'm learning to take these dreams messages serious. Like any dream that I have vividly that I remember, I'm thinking about it and I'm going back to it. Like, what you was trying to tell me, God? What you trying to tell me by this? You know. So the next one, Neptune, spirituality. Everything I've been talking about, spirituality. Pisces have a great sense of spirituality. There's a reason why they're at the cusp, at the end of the physical world and going into the kingdom of heaven. They are our entrance into the kingdom of spirituality. So we can learn from them to tap into our spirituality and get more into it and not ignore these things, you know, like it's something real and physical, like I said, about like the whole love situation. Love and spirituality go hand in hand. So then it talks about illusion. Neptune being ruled by illusion as well. Illusion. So what does this, let's look up the meaning of illusion. A thing that is or is like the thing that is or is likely to be wrongly perceived or interpreted by the senses. Parallel. So parallel, the illusion makes parallel lines seem to diverge by placing them on a zigzag, blah, 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 blah. All right. So illusions. The planet of illusions. So the Pisces that I know personally, I guess it's kind of like they're adaptive, and they can also, besides being adaptive, so when we talk about illusion with Pisces, they're dreamers. So they will, you know, literally sit down and like have all these illusions and dreams, basically. So that's what they're saying. Like they would daydream about certain scenarios in their head. And that's kind of what they're talking about here. So Pisces is said to be the most compassionate sign, embodying universal love, totality, forgiveness, and understanding. They have the ability to adapt in any environment, moving like water into any shape, helping the room to feel supported and complete. So that's another thing we can take and to ourselves. Number one, embodying universal love, compassionate, the ability to adapt too. So, but let's focus more now on forgiving and understanding. You've been hurt over and over again, and when this happens, you tend to either escape by like any obsessive behavior, like falling victim to drinking or falling victim to doing drugs, or just falling victim to your own loneliness and depression, and or food. Like anything can be a way of kind of like escaping. Like you've been hurt, so I'm hurt. When I was really hurt, and what I used to do was drink or smoke a lot of weed. And it really didn't do anything to me, like for me. It just temporarily, I felt a relief momentarily, temporarily. And I did have this anger in me I was storing because I lost someone really close to me. Like I lost a parent. So I'm mad at the world. I'm mad. At that time, I didn't believe in God. I was like, I'm mad at the world because they took someone from me that they shouldn't have. Like, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. I gained like 20 pounds from drinking and smoking and eating all these things. Like, I lived a very healthy life until that moment. So I fell into this thing, and like, we have to learn to forgive God, forgive the world for taking away these people from us, you know, like they, and it's not easy to say this because it's hard to lose somebody, but if we lose someone, we have to grieve, period, point blank. Either if you're mourning a relationship, you're mourning anything that you've lost, even a physical object. If you lost your home, you're gonna mourn that. If you lost your car, you're gonna mourn that. If you lost your lover, you're gonna mourn that. So we have to go through these periods of grieviness and all of that, but we also have to learn to be forgiving and understanding. If someone does you wrong, if the universe does you wrong, if God does you wrong, forgive them and be understanding, like these Pisces are. Pisces will always forgive. They're not gonna forget. Don't forget, but always forgive and be understanding. Be willing to let go. Let go of this hurt and just move forward and be more understanding. So now we move into the next phase, which talks about the ability to adapt in any environment. I know this for a fact because of my really close friend. I can't really get into the details, but she is at a very high level at a young age in her career because of this. Because I'm sorry to say it's because she's a Pisces. Like, don't even front, girl. But so Pisces is ruled by their water element. So they move like water. They can ship shape into any form and helping the room to feel supported and complete. Like, she was telling me that they be telling her that they feel like she's a cult leader because the people love her. They love her because she's able to adapt to any situation, conform to any situation, present herself to any group of type of people. She can be whoever they want her to be, just to kind of sort of not get her way, but get her way. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing we need to learn. Like, I know as an earth sign, I stand very firm in my way of doing things or my way of being perceived. Whereas these water signs, they're like fluid. They're like, nah, we just move it like this, do it like this. You know, where I'm firm, earth, you know. So I have to learn how to be like that, like them as well. Like, learn to adapt to different certain situations and make myself more appealing to a certain crowd or something like that. I'm not talking about like kiss ass or whatever, like, but you can get so much more ahead when you tend to like not only please yourself but please others around you. Like, you can't get anywhere by yourself, period. At the end of the day, people like to, this new generation is all about like, I could do everything by myself, and you know, like, I don't need nobody. At the end of the day, you have to hold yourself together. You have to hold yourself accountable for your own actions. But for you to succeed and stay in this environment of like, you know, great achievement, it's with a team. It's not by yourself. It's always with a team, because when you're by yourself, you either tend to fail or you're not happy, either or. But if you have a team, you have a supportive team, you always have success, and you're always in a good mood, and you always have these people surrounded by you, like, that always there for you, that gonna pick up your call and be like, yo, what's good? You okay? Talk to me. Like, let me be your therapist real quick. All right. So Pisces like to make others feel seen, understood, and appreciated. This is fact. Like, coming from someone, like I said, who has so many Pisces in her life. Like, the last relationship I had with the Pisces, this person, like, she would literally go to the end of the earth to make me happy. And she did it without asking for anything in return. And that's something that I appreciated about her. They want to make you feel so important and understood and appreciated. Like, they want you to know that they appreciate you. They want you to understand, like, how much they do love you. That's something, again, we can take from them. Like, make people feel seen, understood, and appreciated. It's important. And you know, they say the more you give, the more you get. Not that you're supposed to wait for something in return, but like, simple things will come a long way, especially like in terms of relationships with your family or your loved ones or your friends or whatever the situation might be. So high vibration Pisces can be classified as spiritualists and dreamers, like we talked about all of those things. Neurotic Pisces, which are like low vibration Pisces, can sometimes play victim and can become escapists. In order for Pisces to be at a high vibration, they have to develop self-awareness, boundaries, and discipline. Because of their caring nature and passive personalities, they tend to fall into toxic relationships, molding into the comfort of their partners. So, not saying that every Pisces is like this, but that is something that is true. Like, you can, if the Pisces is like, if they're going through tough times, they will play victim and they will play that escapist card. Like, they'll just run away from the reality. They like to escape reality a lot, and that's why they call them dreamers too, because they'll just be like, they'd rather be in their head living their best life than dealing with the responsibilities in the physical, if they are at a low vibration, that is. So if you do feel like you have some of these tendencies as these low vibration Pisces, take into account what is the reason for this. Like, what is making you like this? So like they said, in order for them to be at high vibration, you have to be self-aware, aware of yourself, set boundaries. Honestly, Pisces will bend over backwards for everyone, not just a few people, but everybody. Learn to just take it down a notch. Take it easy on yourself. You don't have to be the superhero for everybody. And everybody who's in a toxic relationship, come on now, it's 2022. Like, we don't got time for that. We do not have time for that. I'm talking mad. No, not that I was saying I was in a toxic relationship, but we've all been there. So we recently entered Pisces seasons. We can reflect within ourselves any similarities we hold with this astrological sign. So, like, if we do have any of these negative tendencies or any negative things we want to kind of work on this season, write it down on paper, on your notes. What are some things you would like to change for the better in yourself? And if you're having doubts about a certain situation and you need more clarity, you can write down the pros and the cons and weigh them out realistically, like all the pros and the cons of the situation. And what is going to outweigh it? Does it work out for you to go into this direction, or no, it doesn't? Leave it. Like, it's okay to leave things. It's okay to adapt and to morph into something else, into something new. So that is the end of my little essay thing that I wrote here. And I hope that you guys enjoyed my video, and hit the like button and subscribe. If you want to hear more, leave a comment. If you have any questions, anything you would like to just talk to me about, leave a comment. But yeah, Bodega Profeta signing out. Happy Pisces season, y'all. Me fui.